If I were you, I wouldn't want to get hurt even more.
Hunter, my first question is for you. You get banged up quite a bit in this movie. It almost felt like a running gag every time they added like a bandage or like a bruise. How fun was it to take on this like action heavy role? And, what kind of prep goes into that for you?
Yeah. I was so excited to, I knew I was going to like doing action stuff. It definitely, I definitely like fell in love with it over the process of filming this movie. I don't know. I think it's really fun because it sort of gets you out of your head, and sometimes I get really heady on set, and you're just in your body and like reacting like that. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. You feel badass swinging a knife around and stuff. And also all the injuries were kind of nice markers of timeline, yeah. Like because you never film in order, so it was always a nice reminder of like, oh wait, okay, head's busted, arm's not broken yet, like to know where you are in the movie.
Yeah, I love it. Dan, I'm sure you hear this a lot, but it's such a pleasure to watch you play a maniac every time. You fully lean into this like German villain role. So I was curious, what went into crafting Koenig, and, where did you draw inspiration from for him?
Yeah, I mean, it was really a sort of, collaboration with Tillman coming up with this sort of weird, impish character. I mean, one of the first things we talked about was like German fairy tale. And there is a Goethe poem called Erlkönig, which is all about this like weird fairy king that like murders children in the Black Forest and stuff, which is just part of German culture. It's really kind of baked into a lot of like the fabric of that sort of their lore, their fairy tales and stuff. And so it was kind of playing on that, like this weird sort of fairy tale character who's not just like an out and out villain, but is sort of weirdly, he's got this sort of impish quality to him.
Yeah, I loved Koenig so much. It was great to watch him. And then, sorry, Jessica, my question for you, Beth kind of embodies the themes of Cuckoo in a really interesting way. She's fiercely protective of Alma, yet she has this adversarial relationship with Gretchen, kind of like encompassing this mother monster dynamic. So I was curious, what was it that drew you to her, and kind of how you interpreted her role in the film?
Gosh, I mean, I think you wrapped it up nicely. She is thematically on point, but really what drew me to the film is getting the chance to work with Tillman. I had seen his last film, or his first film, Lose, and was so blown away by how original it was and how much he accomplished, considering it was I believe it's his student film. He has such a voice and such a style, and I think I would have said yes to anything he sent me, honestly.
Yeah, it looked like a fun time. I think one of the great parts was seeing your relationship with Alma evolve. Hunter, can you talk about working with a young actress like that?
Yeah. Oh, Mila. That was really sweet. And I'm the oldest of my three other siblings, and so I don't know. I was able to kind of channel that like big sister energy into Mila and I's scenes, and she was so sweet and so excited to be there, and I loved. I mean, it's kind of like the heart of the film, I think, is watching them sort of acknowledge and lean into the love that's there, and like, I don't know, sisterhood is magical, and I'm glad it got to live between those two characters.
Definitely. Well, that is my time today. Apologies for the interruption, and thank you so much for the time. It was great to talk to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about the incident.
I need you to help me find that woman.